Welcome, and welcome back, everybody, to the OK Grognard Show. Today is Wednesday, March 18th, 2026, 10 a.m. Central, 10 after, in beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. And tomorrow is when Gary Con starts. For some folks, today is when Gary Con starts. Because for some folks, yesterday or the day before. People get in town early, and some people make a week of it. Some people make 2 weekends of it. Some people make 10 days of it. This is Gary Con XVIII, so this strangely will be the first Gary Con where I'm not running any games. I have some family conflicts, I'm afraid, that might crop up because Gary Con's a week earlier than it normally is, and poor planning on my part, maybe. But, 17 years of running games since Gary Con 1. This will definitely be a departure for me. I signed up for a few games, but they're games where if I have to drop even last minute, that seat will fill right up. So I'm not worried about that. Problem is, if you're running a game that you're GMing and you've got 8 or 10 players and you have to suddenly drop it because of outside influences, let's say. Suddenly you're disappointing 8 people and they have to scramble and try to find something else. You drop out of a game with a big group of people where there's a waiting list or there's other people walking around filling one seat. And even if they don't fill it, they can play with one less person and still have a great time. But you cancel a game, it's bad news if you're running it. So it just seemed like the more honorable, can I use that word without sounding pompous, honorable thing to do was to just cancel them all and make the plans otherwise. Anyway, today I'm a little somber because it's also the 2-year anniversary of the passing of Jim Ward, who was a great fellow and a good gamer, and I got to know him late in his life through Tom and Brian and some of the other folks around Lake Geneva, Culver's, that all gamed together. Mark Meyer, Brad Champany, who I gamed with for a dozen years or more, since even just before I moved up here, when I used to just trundle up here on Tuesdays or Fridays and play at Taco Bell or Culver's. Jim wasn't always there, but he was there a lot. And I played in his games at conventions. I'm one of the unlucky few who never died. My PC never died at his table. Good rolls? I don't know. Maybe he was just being kind. Maybe the kindness is not dying. Maybe the kindness is the fun you'll have losing a character to one of the zany ways that you could pass away in a Gamma World game or even in a D&D game, which he did sometimes run. So we miss him, of course, as we miss Gary this weekend, and Ernie. It hasn't been that long, just over a year now, right? And Tim Kask, even less, end of last year. Cosmo Joe, Janelle Jaquez, just Brian, of course, has passed since the advent of Gary Con, Brian Bloom. So, and I know he gets a lot of grief for his part in Gary no longer being at TSR, but, that's pretty far in the past, and I gamed with Brian and Tom Wam, of course, many, many times, and he wasn't doing great in his final years. He had some difficulties getting his body to do what his brain wanted it to do, but he was in there, and he was still a really good gamer, and he was fun to play with. But we've lost so many people, and I just want to say that this Gary Con should definitely be about the people you've lost and the people you could still lose, because 18 years. You know, even the old timers who were just barely 50 are now 68. There's a lot of people, myself included. I'm in my early 60s, mid 60s, let's say. And, you know, I'm not in great shape. I've got a father who's lived a long time, but he takes better care of himself than I do. And we'll all be gone one day before we know it. So, you know, make your peace with that, and make sure you hold dear to those you love, and family and friends, and anybody you even know through gaming. Get an extra game in with them if you can. Try to play as much as you can. Acknowledge the fact that you're enjoying spending time with them, because it's very important that everybody lays their cards on the table when it comes to their feelings of their friends and family, and even just acquaintances. So, when you're getting together later tonight, Wednesday being Wednesday, in the Grand Geneva Hotel lobby bar, you know, raise a glass for all these people we've lost, and make a toast to the people that are still here and that you're enjoying spending time with, and make sure that you make the most of it. So, you know what? It's going to be a short one. We'll leave it at that. It's all about Gary Con XVIII. It's all about gaming this weekend and remembering life well played, as Gary was associated as, and the convention is associated with that slogan of his. So, take care, and thank you very much for checking out the show this week. I think that's it. I'm trying to think if there's something else. I don't think there is. All right, take care now. Bye-bye. And this has been the OK Grognard Show. We've been talking about Gary Con XVIII and remembrances happening in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin this weekend. Don't forget, the show streams live on Twitch each Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central, and it's archived on YouTube. Like, subscribe, follow, all of that good stuff. And you can always support the channel, even at the free level, on Patreon, if you so desire, and join such illustrious others as Tom Tullis of Fat Dragon Games, Carlos Lysing of Castle Entertainment, Heath Farndon of the Antipodean D20, Dave O'Brien, unauthorized user, Dethangel Shadow, Heidi and Eric Gygax Garland of Gaxland, Vince Ragusa of the Maroon Room, an excellent prog rock band, Daniel Caldwell of Griffin and Gargoyle, Martin Thomas of Daddy Roller One, a great YouTube channel to watch, Christian Garcia, Stephanie Lesniewski-Gruchow, Cera Toppilopkus, Colin Szablewski, Sergeant Zeno, Bruiser, Nate Mosier, Rod Garcia, John Smith, and as always, Shane Bradley, DM Extraordinaire. This has been the OK Grognard Show from beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Bye-bye.